Just wanted to start the video out with asking you guys to please like and subscribe. It would greatly help the channel grow. Jermall Charlo, I guess, squeaks by Montiel in a much harder fight than expected. Man, this fight was a tale of two halves. The first half was all Charlo. I even had Charlo winning 2 10-8 rounds. Rounds 5 from round 6. He was dominating Montiel. It seems like he was going to get Montiel out of there round 6 because Montiel was really hurt. And Charlo was letting his combinations go. But Montiel, credit to him, he has a lot of heart, man. And he made it through round 6. Then in round 7, Jermall Charlo started to show signs of gassing. It looked like Jermall Charlo was gassed. Like in round 8, I had Jermall Charlo losing that round, and he was hurt and he was cut. Montiel won that round. And then it was just a very sloppy performance for the last four rounds for Charlo. And you can make an argument that Montiel won the majority of the last 4 rounds. I had the fight 9-3 for Charlo, but I can definitely see 8-4 or 7-5 for Charlo. Charlo clearly won the fight. I had him winning 117-109. There's no argument to that. But, man, Montiel was not supposed to perform that good against you. Jamie Munguia, a guy that was very critical of earlier today about his fight, knocked out Montiel in 2 rounds. That's it. He knocked him out in 2 rounds, but Jermall Charlo could not put a dent in him. I don't know, man. Maybe Charlo just doesn't have the power to hang in at 160. Because Derevyanchenko went the distance with him. But to be fair, Derevyanchenko went the distance with both Golovkin and Daniel Jacobs. But still, he hasn't looked like a killer so far. Where prior to this fight, I had Charlo number 1 at middleweight. Even though I've stated before that Demetrius Andrade beats Charlo. And this only proves my point that Demetrius Andrade beat Charlo. Because if Charlo is not knocking out Montiel, believe me, he's not knocking out Andrade. And he would only have a puncher's chance against Andrade. Let's see, it would be a matter of could he knock out Andrade or not. And I'm telling you right now, he's not knocking out Andrade. And he can't outbox Andrade. So I guess, even looking at that fight, even maybe Jamie Munguia would be too much for Charlo. Wow. I still would favor him over Gennady Golovkin because I think Gennady Golovkin is too old at this point of his career. Too old. Way too old. He's turning 40 years old soon. He should retire. I'm not saying Jermall Charlo would be a prime Gennady Golovkin. No, I would not say that. We all know how that fight would end. But right now, Gennady Golovkin at 40 years old, been through a few wars. Been through wars with Kell Brook, Danny Jacobs, twice against Canelo. We can all come to an agreement that he's not beating Jermall Charlo at this point. I still think Golovkin would beat Ryota Murata, his proposed unification match for, I believe they have it scheduled for Christmas or New Year's Eve in Japan. I still think he's going to beat Ryota Murata because Ryota Murata is there to get hit. And he's not as explosive as a Jermall Charlo. Even though he hits hard, he's not as explosive and as good as a counter-puncher as Jermall Charlo. That's why I think Golovkin's going to walk through him. But I just believe Golovkin's there for the taking. I would even think a guy like Felix Cash has a chance against Golovkin at this point. I know people are going to get on me, but that's how I just think that there's a time for you to retire. And I would have wished that Golovkin would have pulled a haggler and retired after the rematch with Canelo Alvarez. That would have been the best thing for his career. But look, this video is not about Golovkin. It's about Charlo. And Charlo needs to really look. Needs to see if he can make it back down to 160, 154. Or maybe go up to 168 after Canelo unifies the titles and vacates. Try to stay undefeated through that way. Because I don't think he can stay undefeated if he stays at 160. But look, you know what? To be frank, why are we worried about Jermall Charlo? Why? Because the PBC are not going to put him against DAZN fighters. We all know that. We know that he's not going to fight Golovkin or Demetrius Andrade. So why are we worried about Charlo? Let's just hope that we can get Demetrius Andrade and Gennady Golovkin because it doesn't seem like Gennady Golovkin is interested in fighting anyone right now. All right, like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate from both the Golovkin fan base and the Charlo fan base. So yeah, like and subscribe. And yeah, Sadiq Boxing out.